Hi there, I'm Andre from Peak Motorcycles. I'm here at EICMA in 2024 and I'm at the Aprilia stand. So Aprilia, part of the Piaggio group, they do actually share a stand with Moto Guzzi and Vespa. However, in this video I'm only going to be focusing on what is new from Aprilia and what they have on display here at the show. And I know I'd hoped for maybe getting a 457 Tuareg here at the show, but no such luck. What we do have is this, which is the new Aprilia Tuareg 660 Rally. So they took the standard 660 and they've tweaked it. And when I say they've tweaked it, they've added thicker bash guard at the bottom. They've tweaked the suspension. They've put in linear springs rather than progressive springs, just to give it a slightly more consistent feel off-road. They've also added this SC Project exhaust to it. And all of those things together have actually reduced 5 kilos from the weight of the bike and have made it more stable off-road. I quite like it. It's got this Tuareg Rally livery as the new paint job. Well, we don't have a new Tuareg 457. They haven't been sitting on that engine and doing nothing with it, and it has turned up in this Tuono. So this is the new Aprilia Tuono 457 using the same engine that appeared in the sports bike last year. What is interesting is that even though it's kind of done as a Tuono sports bike, it is available with a touring kit, both with rear panniers and a top box. I mean, none of them are particularly big. And the bike itself isn't that big, so if they look big or they look small, then yeah, they're actually kind of super small. But yeah, I think that looks kind of cool. Now if I come up and over, show you the dash on that, because we couldn't see it on the bike that was up on the stage, that looks pretty solid. Fits nicely with the bike. Those sort of rounded corners seem to match up with a lot of the other aesthetic of the bike. To give you another look at it, this time I can actually get up and over the top. It's harder to do for the one that's on the stage, and this one doesn't have the luggage on it either. You know, I do love a lot of the little details on it, like the little red chin that they have on the underside there. Looks quite imposing from the front. I must admit, the back of the dash looks slightly, I don't know, incomplete. Maybe is that missing a cover? I don't know. This bike here is the Aprilia RS457 that was shown at EICMA last year. You know, it's a lovely bike. So it feels like a proper full-size sports bike, albeit with that small 457cc twin engine in it. Now here we have the RS457 Trofeo, which has clearly had a lot of work done to it. Lots of bling has been added. Look at those rear sets. It's got, I think, Olin suspension coming up and over, and you can see that's got a full sort of race controls up there on that fully adjustable Andriani suspension. Here we have the smaller RS125 sports bike. Again, it kind of looks like a full-size bike, albeit with just that little 125 engine in there. If I give you the look as you sort of look down on it from above from a riding position, yeah, you can tell it's more basic. It doesn't need all the bells and whistles that the other bikes have, but even still, you know, you can tell that without a doubt it's an Aprilia. That's a really nice looking bike. We also have here, as they're showing, that RX125, you know, their enduro bike with the LED headlamp. Yeah, you know, simple, narrow, does exactly what it's supposed to. If the enduro bike isn't to your liking, they also have it as the SX125 in its supermoto form. Now the Tuareg 660 Rally actually entered and I think won the Africa Eco race this year. So what they have here is a couple of bikes that are fully rally spec'd. So yeah, these are not the standard bikes, and just by looking up there, take a look at the road book and just the setup there with a high level radiator, the steering damper and everything else. You know, that's what you could potentially do with this. This bike as well has the sort of Olin's suspension on it. Yeah, you know, this isn't a bike you can buy if you buy the rally version, but it does give you an idea about what is possible. Here we have another one of the rally bikes. This one's a little bit lower down, so I can show you a little bit more of the detail. And yeah, you know, super cool. Lots of carbon fibre on it. If we come up and show you the road book up there, you can still just about see the regular dash underneath that. But yeah, that's Jacopo Cerruti's bike. And here they have a couple of the Tuareg rally bikes that people can sit on to have a look. This is the one that's not in the sort of race rep livery. What we have here is just the standard Tuareg 660, which is a pretty awesome bike as it comes. This one is just it's I think a new colourway for this year. I think when it was launched you could have it in yellow or red. This one here is in black and white. And in just a moment, as soon as people clear from around it, I'll show you what it looks like in green. This is the new colour. It's sort of this metallic green and sort of orangey red, which looks pretty cool. This Aprilia. So this is the standard Tuareg 660. It's not the rally bikes. It doesn't have any of those extra features that I mentioned at the beginning. It's something that's a little bit special. This is an RSV4X. So I think they've taken the standard RSV4, that sort of like nice, polite, simple bike, and just turned it up to 11. If you haven't seen what the standard RSV4 looks like, I'll show you in a moment, but clearly this thing is nuts. in a good way. Right then, now a few street fighters. Here we have the Tuono 660 factory. As you can see that Öhlins shock in underneath there, looking up on top of the bike. I mean, it is a naked, it does have a bit of a screen. It's got that super bright display in there. I think they might even have Öhlins forks on the front. Yeah, just a really, really nice bike. Here we have the standard Tuono V4. I'm sure you can agree that's a fairly imposing bike, even as it is. This one does still come with a little screen. Looks really nice in that matte yellow. I'll give you a look up and over the top. But if you want to see the full-on bonkers version, there is also a Tuono factory, which just has a lot of extras on it. So it has, for example, I think the Öhlins electronic suspension, which you can just see under there. Yeah, lots of sort of wings and things all over it, including that rather crazy one from the back. And even down at the front, there's a bit of aero just around the nose. Can't beat a bit of aero. Here we have an RS660 and this rather nice blue and sort of bright orange livery. Yeah, I mean it's not like the other Aprilias, but I actually quite like that. That seems to go rather well. And one more trim option as well. I think this is just the standard RS660. But yeah, this looks really, really nice in that with the red wheels, the grey, the yellow accents here and there. Yeah, no, I love it. And just to round off my visit to Aprilia, here we have the RSV4 in blue, and I just love the colour there. I mean, I think that bike just looks absolutely awesome. Yeah, with those orange highlights and everything from those daytime running lights at the front, it just looks fast. It's got carbon fibre front mudguard coming up and over. Get a nice view of the dash in there, and yeah, it looks the business. It even has a little hashtag Be a Racer written between those two fins on the back. And then beside those rather nice billeted rear sets in there, you can also see it's got the SC Project exhaust with a carbon fibre heat shield. And as so many of the manufacturers do, if you're going to invest all that money in a MotoGP bike, which I think is what this is, you might as well put it on show somewhere like here. I'm sure you'll agree that is just a work of art. It really is. It really is just an incredible piece of machinery. Yeah, almost carbon fibre everywhere on it, everywhere it could be. And it's engineered to the absolute hilt. Well, that is the end of my video from Aprilia here at EICMA 2024. Hope that's been interesting and useful. I think actually the Tuareg 660 Rally is one of my favourite bikes here. I haven't had that many bikes that I really liked, but yeah, it's just something that's taken a platform that's already pretty good, made it better, made it lighter, you know, given it some newer capabilities off-road, can only be a good thing. So yeah, I hope that video was useful and interesting, and if it was, maybe check out some of my other content from EICMA. Thanks for watching.